Fast forward, any come out our channel is so AGH Politics Albany. On your podcast or the training make us making headlines. And a jembre na EDB Akroma Ewaha. And EDB Yahu Braxi Mus and AD Kanya, your best structure which one subscribe to the channel. Hit notification bell so share na a front so anxa and Kevin. And EDB young political highway cinema. Na Ejadema Enya Sem Kotua. Now we say a petitioner utimi a petition His Excellency John Dramani Mahama say you remove the box in free EC office. Legal practitioner be a trans or a large show so Pan-African television so unia na what I say apano petitioner interdiction na the entire emani kasano yembong rum near when you any day about Chanaswam say ahasi AGH politics Avid.
Close to the Sandro-Kofi Akuffo enclave.
Good morning once again.
Good morning, Senator. How are you doing today?
I am doing well. Let's listen to you. Senator, I hope this is being carried on Sepele FM.
Yes, we are live on Sepele.
Yes, so the people of Likpe, indeed, Huawei area, Likpe, Lolobi, Akuffo, Sandro-Kofi are listening live. This is your own son, TK Jimega. They might not know the Theophilus. So,
okay.
Yes, so TK Jimega, yes. And I have some few guys over there, ALLEGE, who is always in the studio.
Okay.
Yes, and of course my classmate Pope Satan. Permit me to say good morning to your own Sape Abu.
Okay.
Of,
yes.
Of Atiavi. Stroke London, who happens to be my client.
Okay.
Yes, and yes, Afo, good morning. Senator, I am a bit confused by this petition.
Okay.
Reason being that I also pick a news item to say the presidency has not received the petition.
Okay.
And that has been attributed to the Honorable Minister for Government Communications.
Okay.
So, assuming it has not yet gotten to being received by the presidency, then I don't know where the petition is and what its import is going forward.
Okay.
So, largely my discussion will be on the premise that it was submitted, but between the entrance of the presidency to the office of the presidency, maybe something has happened, or it's not yet done. But I also read, and I think I saw a video of the petitioner saying that even though he's supposed to give a lot of information, he has decided to remain quiet, which is constitutional.
Okay.
If not constitutional, there have been judicial pronouncements that you don't go publish the petition because the article here says that all issues must be held in camera. So now let's educate our viewers and listeners here. The removal of the EC chair will follow the same pattern similar to the removal of Chief Justice.
Okay.
The same Article 146 will apply. The difference, however, here is that, or let me say that, the EC chair is of a status similar to Court of Appeal judge. So the thing that goes into the removal of a superior judge or judge of the superior court, i.e. High Court judge, Court of Appeal judge, and a Supreme Court judge, the same procedure will apply to them. The only difference here, per the Constitution, is that where the petition is for the removal of Chief Justice, that Article 6 is the one that has taken that out, which relates to the Chief Justice. Otherwise, the procedure is the President receives it and sends it to the Chief Justice. So in this instance, it is the Chief Justice that will determine whether there's a prima facie case. Not council. It doesn't go to Council of State. It is received by the President and sent to the Chief Justice. And even that, it says that the Chief Justice shall set up a committee. So it's not the President that will do anything. So it is just the Chief Justice. President, let's assume the conveyor belt scenario. You ship it to the Chief Justice. Chief Justice does everything and sends the report back to the President. And the President, as is here, says that where in the case of the Justice of the Superior Court, the president may suspend that justice, similar to everything, apart from a few other things that go in here. Then it also says that the president shall in each case act in accordance with the recommendation of the committee. He has nothing to do, no room to wiggle and say, I'll look at you, wait tomorrow morning when I finish eating, I'll check again. If my heart tells me to do this, then no. So if we want to go by legal, I write there legal, the legal parties, Article 146 will kick in, assuming the petition has been received. Now, I am talking assuming because I pick information this week that the presidency has not received. Now, assuming it has not been received too, so where's the petition? Hitherto, we've seen people who send petitions to the presidency, and when they are received and they are given the receipt copy, they take pictures of the signature portion and the stamp portion to show us that at least we have sent it. Okay. But we have not seen anything. Maybe the petitioner is going strictly according to in-camera hearing. So he has decided that even what I've submitted and they have received the receipt copy, I won't show it to anybody. So we can give him that benefit of the doubt. Fast forward. I've also read somewhere that the petitioner has been interdicted.
Yeah. And the Daily Guide even published.
Yes. EC petitioner stole printer on interdiction. So I've also seen, is he interdicted based on the petition by virtue of the fact that he has submitted a petition, or there was something in the pipeline, they were about to interdict him, then this happened and they say like, okay, let's fast track it. If he's been interdicted now that he has submitted a petition, that offends the Whistleblower Act. That by itself is also a grounds for removal because you are violating an act of law. But again, we are doing all this in the if scenario. So I'll err on the caution to say that maybe my ifs don't have any grounds. They are without merit. I will personally be surprised before I come to why I'm surprised. So now let me quote a famous saying by my former headmaster, Reverend Father Mensah of St. Mary's Seminary, Lolobi. Father is at Kosombo now. May he enjoy his retirement. He says that the character of the dead is a lesson to the living. The character of the dead is a lesson to the living. It means what has befallen those ahead of you should be a lesson to you. We have been in this country. We have heard about a petition. It became real that there was a petition. Somebody asked for the petition to be granted. We also heard that there were people who were intervening to say, resign and let this slide by. The way we say it when we were young, that why dodge? I dodged the thing. The person refused until the end where the person has lost everything. So now that we begin to hear noise about petition directing at certain people, if they were close to me, like as I always maintain, I would have done to the outgone CJ, I'll give them the same advice. Resign now, pocket your everything, and go home in peace. There are certain fights you will fight. Generations will remember you for being the one who fought. But as my dad would say, at the end of the day, Senna, they will ask you, what the tokwa? Mean, has the boat arrived? If you are talking all your everything, by the time you are finishing, our people will be asking you, finally, what is the final? Has the boat arrived? That is all we need to know. So you could be the one that will fight, but at the end of the day, the people will ask, so what came out of your fight? You are home without anything. Senna, you took the word out of my mouth. Sal. You know, I share boundary with Central Coffee Lolobi, and you can be one and shout and they'll hear it in Central Coffee. The same way you can shout and they will hear it in Lolobi. You can shout and they will hear it in Lipe. You can shout and they will hear it in Akuffo. We are all the brothers. Indeed, Kwakwa constituency extended up to Lolobi, Akuffo, Santo Kofi, and Lipe. I remember my very good senior Chris Akume, 3 days to the election, posted on a platform. We have about 17,000 votes coolly to pick from that enclave. Only for the eve of the election to be served with a letter or a release to say they are not part of the election. And this gerrymandering was done to achieve only one purpose: to get my senior brother John Peter Amewu elected. That was just the purpose. Because the NDC candidate then was from Lolobi. So it was, and you see, the people of Lolobi and Akuffo speak the same language. So the idea was they were going to, I mean, that is one of their kith. So they were going to sweep that area and they were cut. Then you keep wondering, when will it happen? Like Glo was arriving, or tomorrow we will have representation. It will be next week. Until 4 years. That is not forgivable. I will be seriously surprised if nobody, don't ask me if I won't do it, if nobody will petition for the removal of the EC chair and the deputies just based on Sal, Professor Dai and the rest there. And remember, I'm coming to the second one. There had been loud noise. If I use the word, noise will not be appropriate. Loud advocacy from Imani Ghana about certain procurement breaches with EC. The reason why I'm bringing this one fast forward is that the president of Imani Ghana and the founding president, my younger brother Franklin Kujo, maybe you might not have known, he was my junior in secondary school.
Oh, okay.
Yes, when I was in Form 5, he was in Form 3. Yes. Franklin is from Lolobi. And already he has been championing the idea about procurement breaches for the EC and the reason why they need to go. And now he has also been given a double whammy by virtue of the fact that his people couldn't get Sal into parliament. Franklin says it every day that he asked Nana Akuffo one time. And Nana said, are you from that place? He said, yes, this is what you did to my people. He said it to be sorted. So, Senna, I believe if nobody will come with a petition, Franklin has two in his armory: the procurement breaches and the Sal. We were here when we were told that they were going to compile voters register, that even the US guys will be ashamed not to have had. I don't want to go to Greece, the center of democracy, which gave birth to democracy. We were told. We woke up one morning, then they said a new voters register. Oh, just because of the fact that we have money in abundance, and as Ghanaians, Gold Coast, we don't know how to use our money for. Then the people were talking that, let us see the reason why you want to do this. The machines you are procuring, let us see. Don't do it in the darkness, under the cover of darkness. Say lie. They went ahead. I don't want to focus so much about the posture of Mensah and the deputies. But you see, Senna, again, sometimes when you are a slave and you are in the palace for a long time, you begin to think that you are a prince. This lady and the two deputies, we have given them that position to be there and work for us. They didn't wake up one day from their homes and say, I am going to be EC chair. You dare not talk about anything. No. And we are paying them. And When we are asking for accountability, you say no. To the extent that is why people who talk about judicial activism today, they shock me. To the extent that by the posture of Jean Mensah, new rules were developed by the Supreme Court on how you testify in court. And it has been things that we are all going to use. As for the lecturer, what's his name? Bosman Asari. At a stage, people had to tell him that your posture smarts so much of arrogance. Talk to people, talk to the journalists, talk to Ghanaians a bit mildly. And the last one, Samuel Tete. Oh, look, this morning I've been reading Akuffo Addo versus John Dramani Mahama. So now permit me to wish President Mahama happy birthday. Understand today is his birthday. Yes. And for that reason, people are saying that try and give birth in November, so that your son will also become president one day and reset Ghana. So His Excellency, in my little corner here, I wish you a happy birthday. May you age gracefully. May next year or this year that you are entering be better than all the years you've had, and may you live long to see the fruits of the reset agenda. I was reading Nana Akuffo Addo versus John Dramani Mahama, 2012 election petition. And one of the recommendations made by Justice Doche is for us to look at the PNDC law that talks about election, I think 284, 254, that criminalizes the behavior of the electoral officers. Senna, look at 2024, when it became very clear, very, very clear, even to Bawumia, that they were losing. Look at all that happened from Nsawam to all the polling stations in Accra that we have to refight for, to the Tema ones. I mean, to the extent that they have to be making calls. I know we'll be coming to Pandai, but electoral officers assume powers that were never given them under any law, none whatsoever. Look at Dr. Farijan. If he comes back today, both NDC and MPP will embrace him. Someone says that the EC chair will be removed because Charlotte Osei was removed. I don't think so. And when she is removed and they also come, they will remove whoever will be appointed. If today you feel that what is being done today is not good, when you come tomorrow, you repeat what you feel is not good today. Shame unto such thoughts. But let me again say, the character of the dead is a lesson to the living. So I want to urge my sister and the deputies. Nana Akuffo Addo was so powerful, very powerful, like the emperor. Wherever he surveys and by right there is none to dispute, he had put people in places for some of the things we have seen today. But because we have reset agenda, every facet of our life or as a society will be reset. And for that reason, I want to plead with my sister Jean Mensah, Senior, and the deputies. The scent is lingering. Scent, Ajibibia, if you can, take a cue from what happened to Justice Emeritus Tokonu and do the needful.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And for the sake of clarity, this is, and I think the petitioner also spoke about the interdiction. In an interview, I think
it didn't happen, thankfully, not for want of trying by the Nanado cabal, assisted by the Electoral Commission, but for the maturity of the opposition party. We just said, well, will be our time. There's the next time. And in 2024, the Ghanaian people mobilized around, irrespective of the Electoral Commission. And the elections were won irrespective of the Electoral Commission. Yes, they were mandated to conduct it. But, in terms of arbitration and ensuring that the right person won, it was not the Electoral Commission that decided it. Okay. It was the vigilance, the party, the opposition party, the NDC, the masses of the Ghanaian people who just said that enough is enough, and that there was no way they were going to allow this country to be hijacked by, a criminal gang, which, up to now they have no interest at all in the, progress of Ghana. And finally, sorry, this is the final thing. My final comment before I hand over to you, and then you call the next panelist. Then, I think yesterday or so, I saw Addo I don't know where it was, but it was, maybe it was the funeral.
Yeah, I think maybe the Black Star Square. Black
Star Square. See how he was just staggering to just look at him, how pitiful he was. I said, look, if this man had any conscience at all, after all, he reminds me of Pharaoh, the Pharaoh. When at the height of his power, he thought he was, he claimed to be God and demanded of his subjects to worship him. And in the end, what happened? He died a very pitiful death, drowning, And his body is still, his body was discovered and it's lying down in the museum in Cairo. The Pharaoh, who drove Moses across the sea. Yeah. So this, so you just look at that. This was the man who wanted to perpetuate his rule, and in attempt to do that, it was possible that hundreds of thousands of lives would have been lost. The country would have been completely destabilized. And it's also a warning, a warning to our political leaders that power is ephemeral, it's transitory, and always ensure that you do the right thing. Okay. Always ensure that you do the right thing. We have agreed to, to submit ourselves to what an entity we call the state. We submit our freedoms, Otherwise, if the state is not there, we'll go back to the state of nature. It would be chaos, kill and be killed. So if we agree,
we and some who team course watch channel so. My man was a several gym ewa. That's an so body any dumbi edumiania. If a sambo reb na yaksumo kwanson kusukura.